Hello, my name is Jeremy, and I've made this brief video to point out some of the features of the Quark chain network. At the moment, blockchain is at a crossroad where to become relevant and usable in the real world, they must enhance their scalability while ensuring security and decentralization at the same time. These are the three pillars of blockchain: security, scalability, and decentralization. And to enhance one usually means to do so at the expense of another. For example, if you want to increase the security or privacy of the network, then more data is needed for each transaction, causing low transaction speeds and larger storage. Quark chain is a blockchain that will use the technology of sharding to provide high-capacity peer-to-peer transactions. Basically, sharding is the process of splitting the network blocks into smaller partitions, or shards, and in doing so, each group or node is responsible for only validating the transactions within that group, and not the whole network. This reduces the number of transactions each node has to validate, therefore increasing the transaction speed. If Quark chain is successful with this approach, they hope to achieve 1 million transactions per second, and as you can see on the graph, Quark chain will achieve much faster transactions per second than Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Visa combined. Now, the Quark chain network will consist of two main layers. The first layer, an elastic sharding blockchain layer, will contain a list of minor blocks or shards. Each shard will process a subset of all transactions independently, and as the number of shards increase, so does the number of transactions that can be processed simultaneously or in parallel. The second layer will be the root chain layer and will essentially confirm all the blocks on the first sharding blockchain layer, but will not process any transactions. Quark chain network also allows for two types of transactions on the first layer: in-shard transactions, where the input and output addresses of the transaction are in the same shard, and cross-shard transactions, where the input and output addresses are in different shards. Cross-shard transactions can be confirmed in minutes. Any user could issue a cross-shard transaction at any time, and the throughput of cross-shard transactions could be scaled linearly as the number of shards increases. The Quark chain network is also designed to support additional shards easily and fast in an active network. There will also be nodes and clusters for mining on the Quark chain platform. Clusters are multiple nodes forming a cluster running as a superfull node. Supernodes can be formed without them being run by supercomputers, providing smaller players a competitive edge in mining. The more nodes there are, the higher the scalability, and the network will also support GPU mining. In summation, the Quark chain network has such high potential. If successful, the Quark chain network users will be able to easily perform any transaction in a cost-effective manner at high speed and security.